Hello everybody. I wanted to really quick go over the problem a lot of people are running into as far as their dies breaking off when they're printing on the Evodents. So I solved this problem in my lab and I just figured I would share it with you. So very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select my my models and my dies. Bring them in, place them in. So as we do this, matter of fact, I'm not even going to worry about that for the video anyway. What I do is I'll come in here, and what you'll do is you'll go to edit, you'll go to create, and on my box I typically do a 15 by 20 by 2 millimeter thick, so the z-axis make it 2 millimeters thick. It's going to cost you a little bit more in resin, pretty much insignificant to be honest with you, but it's going to guarantee that your restorations or your dies are actually going to come out just fine. So once I create that, bring it over here, I put it into place. And then now I have my dies. So when I create my platform, notice it's 1 millimeter on the z-axis submerged within to the plate. I'm just going to make that 0. And then I'm going to select all my dies all at once, hit translate. And I'm going to make these at 1.7 millimeters positive, so that'll lift it 1.7 off the plate. So in essence we'll be embedded 0.3 of a millimeter within the plate that we've created. So once we have that, then we can start placing our dies on here. We can actually do this probably a little bit easier from the top. I would say this one would probably, I might need to make this one a little bit bigger, but for the most part you just don't want to have, when you have the thicker base plate, it just becomes more rigid. We all know that when we print it's just partially cured, but if you go ahead and make that base plate thicker, you're going to make it more rigid. It's not going to peel off or pop off, but your dies will still separate. Now this model was prepared through the Sirona Model Builder, so we all know that they have fairly thin stumps. So real quick, easy trick, just on your base plate you want to make sure that you create that at 2 millimeter z-axis. And then once I'm done, I go over here, fix, merge my parts, and then all is good. So anyway, that's how I battle the fact of my dies not printing. And I tell you what, if you move it to the 20 by 15 or 20 by 20, whatever, then you're going to pretty much be guaranteed each and every time that your dies are going to come out just fine, regardless of how skinny they are. All right, thanks guys.